Welcome back to my garden in beautiful Queensland in Australia. So just a few days short of spring, few clouds up there, but it's 25 degrees at the moment, little breeze, but we can certainly feel spring in the air. Those of you that have followed my channel would know the amount of rain that we've had virtually in the past 11 months. Nearly 2 meters of rain, which is unheard of here. We never get that amount of rain, hence why we have 4 big water tanks that are absolutely full. However, this year was a different year and we certainly did get a lot of rain. I have 160 roses in my garden, and in this particular garden here, these are all David Austin roses. So you can see over the back there, they're standards, so they're about 90 centimeters up on their stem before the rose, the actual bush, starts at the top. These ones here are all on the ground. I have about 15 different ones here in this garden. There's actually 25 roses in these 2 gardens here, this one and this one. And I had to double up on some of the David Austin roses. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I love David Austin roses, really old English roses. So what happened was, because we had so much rain, I couldn't get out and prune the roses, so they need cutting right back. And if you look close here, you'll see they're almost at the ground. Now, rose growers will tell you, people who understand roses will say to you, when you cut them back, leave the big stalks on them. Don't leave any little ones, because if you leave little ones, you'll get little stalks growing back. But if you leave the great big ones on the bush, you'll actually get a much stronger and robust rose coming from it. So every single rose in this garden has new growth. Now, also the next thing you've got to remember is, as soon as you get growth, and for me in particular here in this part of Australia, as soon as I see growth on the roses, there's something I also must do. I need to spray them. And as much as I really don't want to put lots of toxic sprays here, with the investment that I have in my garden, like I say, there's 160 roses in the garden in total, not just this one, but spread all the way through all of the gardens within my garden. It's a huge investment for me. It was in excess of $3,500 just in roses. So I owe it to myself and the roses to give them a go. Once again, what a rose grower in this area told me is they need to be sprayed every week. I don't have a choice. Like I say, I don't want to put toxic poisons on them. However, if I'm going to get these to any sort of decent looking rose bush, I'm going to have to put toxins on them. So the first thing is, in this area, is we do get black spot. I do live in the subtropics, and I use a product called Trifend. Now, it's an Australian product, but let me just tell you what the ingredients are, because you may actually have something similar in your country. I'm guessing that you do, wherever you live. It's just the ingredient that's important. So it's got TAUFLUVALINATE. Let me show you what's in it. So this is the one I use in Australia, and hoping this is going to be long enough for you to actually write those ingredients down, because I'm sure you can find that no matter what country you're in. But like I say, look at this. All this purple is the new growth on these roses here. That's your new growth. This is Olivia Rose Austin. David Austin actually bred this for his granddaughter and said it was the best rose he ever bred. So I have been spraying them. Last year I did spray them, not as often as once a week. However, something else the rose grower told me that was really important is you need to put some sort of surfactant in the mix, because you need it to actually attach itself to the leaves, because it's useless spraying and then the product just comes straight off the leaves. So this morning I went out, because I'd sprayed all of these yesterday. This morning I went out and I got a product, and I'll show you the front of it as well, so you can see the constituent in it. So it's a wetting agent. So you put it in with the spray that you're using. You don't need a lot, and it actually assists the spray to hang on to the leaves. So instead of it just, you know, coming straight off, it will sit on the leaves and do the job. Let's hope now that going forward, my roses will be spectacular as they have been in the past. And I look forward to sharing that story of these roses going forward. Have a fabulous day.